Hello, and welcome to the first day of March, the first day of March Through History, otherwise known as the best month of the year. It's the start of the vlog, and my goal right now is to try to choose a book to read. Technically, I'm already reading something because I'm still reading Take My Hand. This was a carryover from February, but I think I'm going to finish it either, if not today, definitely tomorrow. So I don't know if I should pick a book now or wait to see how I feel after finishing Take My Hand. I have a TBR. I have everything picked out. I just haven't decided what to start with. Yeah, so that's where I'm at today. Kind of finishing up my February reading and trying to decide where to go with March. But it's March Through History. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. This is my favorite month. It's my birthday month. It's my daughter's birthday month. It's March Through History, which is my favorite genre to just dive into, is history and historical fiction. So it's great times. So far today, I have not read anything. That's not true. I'm listening to Project Hail Mary with my daughter, but that doesn't count towards anything we're reading this month for March Through History, since that is science fiction and set in, I don't know, the future-ish? I don't know. Anyway, so you can see over here I have my TBR stack. Isn't it beautiful? I don't know why, but it is so aesthetically pleasing this month, and it brings me joy. It makes me happy to look at. So yeah, that's my stack. I'm trying to decide what to do first. Let me spin you around so you can see what I'm looking at. So here is my stack in all its glory. I don't know what to read. I'm at an impasse because everything in this stack is something that I am dying to pick up. So where do I go? What do I do? I don't know. That is the dilemma I'm facing right now. I don't know. I can't choose. You're all beautiful. I want to read you all. Before I can read anything, I have a video to edit and upload. And I don't really have a lot of work to do, thankfully, because I finished my big project. I finished level 9, so I usually try to give myself at least a day or two to decompress before I jump into something, but I am not a person who can sit and not be working. There's too many things I want to do. So I do have some work to do, emails to catch up on and that sort of thing. So that's probably what I'm going to be doing for the first part of my afternoon. We've just finished school. I have gotten myself dressed and pulled together. So now it's time to do some work, have some lunch, decide what to read. Well, technically I've decided what to read. I need to finish Take My Hand, but you know what I mean. So, and technically Take My Hand is historical fiction and it is about a woman. So it does fit the readathon if I wanted to do that, but I haven't decided since that was technically a February book. Anyhow, that's what I've got going on today. So yeah, I'll check in later once I'm actually reading something. Guys, it is now Friday. This is the first time I'm checking back in, and because I have something to update. So last night, can I get it? Last night I finished reading Take My Hand, and I absolutely loved it. I knew I was gonna love this. I just had been putting off reading it because I knew it was also going to be really emotional, and it was. But more in the make you angry kind of emotion than a crying. But this was excellent. I hadn't intended to count this toward my March Through History since this was technically a February book, but I went ahead and put it in as a book about women in science because technically, like, everything's technically with me. Technically, this is a story about nurses, and that counts as women in science. And she does become a doctor too. So that's what I counted it towards. So this is a story about a woman who becomes a nurse in the 1970s, and she just really wants to help people. And the first case she's given is these two little girls that are 11 and 13, and her job is to give them birth control shots. And the one, it hasn't even started menstruating yet, and she just thinks, why am I doing this? And that, like, feeling of why is this happening causes her to start digging deeper and uncovering all this information about, like, forced sterilizations. And it's a very frustrating story, and you're going to feel lots of anger, and there is some hopefulness in it too, but mostly you're going to feel, like, frustrated. I think it's like, why are people, basically, is how I felt reading that book. Like, what's wrong with us that we do things like this? So anyway, I finished that yesterday, and this morning I was trying to decide what I was going to read next, and I was looking at my TBR, which is still there, standing beautifully behind me, and of course I did not choose a book from that, because I was looking at something else. I had to go to Amazon to look something up, and the heading was for the Daisy Jones and the Six TV show. And I've had this book on my shelf for years. I bought it immediately after finishing The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo because I loved that, but I just never got around to it. And then I saw that, and I went up and looked at the trailer a little bit and got so excited to watch that. So I decided, you know what? This can work for March Through History because it's set in the 70s, and it's about a woman in art. She's a songwriter and musician. So, totally counts. So, I decided to read this. And then I flipped it open because I've never actually looked at this book before. And it's written, I don't know if you guys can tell, it's written in like an interview style, kind of like a VH1 Behind the Music situation. And I also read somewhere that it's based loosely on Fleetwood Mac. So I just I got so excited. So I had the audio too, that apparently I downloaded the audio book from Audible, probably when I bought it, and just never got around to it. So I'm listening and reading Daisy Jones and the Six. I'm about, what? I don't know what page I'm on. I'm about 50 pages in. I only started it while I was cleaning up the kitchen this morning, and I'm really enjoying it. So it's not going to take me long, I don't think. I think I'm going to definitely finish this up in the weekend because I think I have like 2 hours to go on the audio. So I can easily finish it this weekend. So that is my plan. So now I've completed 2 of the prompts. I've completed a book about a woman in science. And when I finish Daisy Jones and the Six, I will have completed the prompt for women in art. So, are those even close to each other, though? I don't think so. Will I get a bingo, or will I just end up with, like, a weird mismatch? Probably. So, anyway, that is my plan. It is now Friday, and I'm going to try to get some work done. I have a couple little things I've got to do. I need to work on the discussion for tomorrow for book club, because, you know, I'd like to try to be organized in some way. And yeah, that's it. We're going to have a snowstorm starting tonight, all day tomorrow. So yay, we need to make sure we have groceries and stuff. I mean, I don't think we need much, but gotta get that bread and milk, right? So I gotta make sure we got what we need. But otherwise, I don't really have much to do today. So I could finish this today. What are the odds that I just finish the audiobook in a day? I don't know if I've done that in a while, where I've just binged an entire book in a day, but that might be what I do. So I'll let you know more of my thoughts later, but right now I can tell you that I am thoroughly enjoying the audiobook of Daisy Jones because it's a huge cast. Like there's a different narrator for every character because it's interview style. So like that is great. It definitely feels very much like I almost wish that instead of filming this as like a TV show, like regular show, that they made it as VH1 Behind the Music. Just give it that. Create all the like visuals and live performances and all of that stuff, but make it like a VH1 Behind the Music. God, I miss that show. Is VH1 even a thing anymore? I don't know. I don't have cable, so I have no idea. But I used to love that show. I was obsessed. I would watch it for like singers and groups that I didn't even listen to just because I found it so interesting. Anyway, I'm going to go and find some lunch, read more of my book, and I'll let you know my thoughts if I finish it today. Y'all, I'm editing my TBR video for March Through History, and I'm already feeling like a liar because I started a book that is not on my TBR. So, oh well. I was debating going in and adding a segment, but you know what? It's fine. Hi. Look at... There's Drew. Hi, Drew. Spike's down on the floor in front of me. I can't get him in the shot. There he is. Oh, by my foot. Yep. So, anyway. It's fine. I'm still going to try to read everything on my TBR too, but, you know. It wouldn't be me if I actually stuck to my TBR, would it? Also, what is this face I'm making? I'm so weird. So I am currently about 200 pages into Daisy Jones and the Six. So like, I don't know, just past halfway. So I just wanted to do a quick check-in before I end up finishing this all in one night. I don't know if I will or not, but it's addicting. Like, I don't know, I'm really enjoying it. Sometimes I wish there was a little bit more going on here because it is written like an interview, which I think is what makes it addicting because it feels like you're, like I said, it feels like you're watching one of those VH1 Behind the Music episodes, like the way they're going back and forth and telling the story from each of their different perspectives. I don't know. I'm really liking it. I can definitely see the parallels between them and Fleetwood Mac. So I can see where that's going. I don't know. I'm really liking it. I'm super excited to check out the show because I'm wondering if they're going to keep the interview thing. Like, that would be really interesting. I don't know. I have no idea what the show's going to be like. I haven't actually watched a real trailer yet. Just like looked at the cast and little bits of things here and there. So maybe I should watch the trailer and see what I think. But like, I'm super excited to watch it. The only thing that I feel is missing here, and I feel like I'm probably going to get that with the show, but that would be the music. Like, they keep talking about songs and lyrics, and I want to hear them so bad. Like, I need to hear what these songs sound like. So, that's one of the things that I'm the most excited with the show, obviously. It is like getting to see them perform, getting to hear the songs, like that. That's going to be great. So yeah, maybe I'll, I don't know if I'm going to watch an episode tonight because we're in the middle of watching another show. And I know my husband prefers to just finish one thing at a time before we jump around. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to actually get to watch it, but hopefully soon because I'm very, very curious to see what I think of that. But I'm really enjoying the book. Like, I feel like this is going to be somewhere between 4 and 5 stars. It's a snow day. Is it snowing? Look at all the snow. It's supposed to snow all day. You can see the pond over there. It's all snow. You going to play? Where are you going? Where are you going? Drew, are you in or out? Come on, Spike, inside. I finished this and I feel emotionally fraught. And like, it was beautiful and I feel like this is a real band and all I want to do right now is listen to Aurora and sob as I just like flail about listening to the music. Like, I want this to be a real band so bad. So I'm very excited to watch the adaptation. I don't know. I might try to convince my husband we should just watch it tonight. I think there's only one episode out though, which I'd like to wait until there's more episodes so I can binge, but you know what? I don't know that I can wait. But this was so good. Like, if you haven't read this yet and you enjoy stories about like the formation of bands and like the interaction of people who are very messed up for various reasons, like drug addicts and just the tortured soul of an artist, that kind of thing, I think you'll like this. And I don't know what to do with myself. Today has been a weird day. I woke up not feeling well, and I did my live show for book club this afternoon. I had planned on like vlogging some of that, but I just totally forgot in the moment. And so that's been my day. The live show and then finishing Daisy Jones, honestly, has just been basically all I did today. But hey, it was nice. Like, very bookish day. Highly recommend. I was going to show you how I've been tracking my reading for the readathon. So I made a spread here. I'll just like flip this around. So I've made a spread for my journal. Not very neat. I'm not the greatest at that, but hey, it's cute and I like it. So I basically just made my own bingo grid in my journal so that I could keep track. And I'm just like coloring in with a highlighter when I read a book. And then on this side, I'm writing down the name of the book and what prompt. So I don't even know what I'm trying to do here. I am nowhere near a bingo space, like nowhere near bingo with hello, Drew. So hi, Drew. Drew, what are you doing? She's distracted. So I don't know what I'm going to do next. I have 2 options that I'm interested in. I will figure it out. I'm not going to read any more today, I don't think. So I'll let you guys know tomorrow what I end up reading, but I might either do LGBTQIA rap or female friendship. I haven't decided. And one of those would also count for YA, although those are so far apart, like I'm not sure it's worth it to try to count it twice, but maybe. Right now I'm making dinner. We're having leftover soup and biscuits. And then I plan to just rest, sit on the couch and watch TV or something the rest of the evening. That's going to be about it for my day. So I will check back in tomorrow where I will hopefully have chosen which book I'm going to read. Hey everybody, it's now Sunday and I have not read anything today, but this morning I put up a poll because I couldn't decide what book to start next. And I'll show you the picture I took. I'll put it here. So it was between Nothing Sung and Nothing Spoken and Not Our Kind. And I wasn't sure what I was in the mood for. I really want to read both. I'm going to read both. Like, I intend to read both of these books, probably back to back, because they're both like high priority for me. So anyway, you guys voted and you picked Not Our Kind. So this is the one I'm going to start at some point today. That is the goal. So I don't know a ton going into this. I know that it has a Jewish protagonist. I know that it's about a woman who has just graduated from college, and she ends up working for this family of socialites as a sort of nanny for their daughter who has been recovering from polio. And her mother tells her this is a bad idea. Like, I think they live in like a restricted building where Jews aren't allowed. And so she has to hide her identity, and she develops this friendship, and I have a feeling it's going to be emotional and maybe even intense at points. I don't know, but I'm really looking forward to picking this up. This has been a book that I'm really interested in. This has been out for a while. I think it came out in like 2018, but I've only heard of it in the last like several months, but I've been really interested in it. So I'm really excited to start this and see what I think. Hey guys, it is now, what day is today? Tuesday? And I have not been keeping up with this vlog very well, but in my defense, it's just been a rough day yesterday and I was not feeling like putting my face on camera. So, nothing terrible, just, I am currently making myself some tea. Because I'm about to sit down and read. I finished 2 projects, so now I'm starting my 3rd. Like, what else would I do? I finished level 9. I got the Betty Before X Lit Bite finished and uploaded, so now I'm starting the next Lit Bite because I wanted to catch up. My goal was 1 a month. I didn't get one out in February because I was doing level 9, so that's what I'm working on now. I'm reading Anne of Green Gables. I'm writing an Anne of Green Gables Lit Bite. I've been wanting to visit Anne again for a while. I've been in the mood. I keep talking about reading Maud, which is a book inspired by the life of L.M. Montgomery, Lucy Maud Montgomery, who wrote Anne of Green Gables. So I kind of wanted to read Anne and like get back into that mindset before I started that. I don't know. But that's my plan. So like right now I'm brewing some tea and then I'm going to be reading Anne for the next little while because I wanted to get through that. So I've got my copy of Anne. I'm about 4 chapters and I started it last night, but I just wasn't feeling great, so I didn't get very far. I'm gonna be reading Not Our Kind by Kitty Zeldis. I've been reading this the last 2 days and I am currently almost 100 pages in. And I'm really liking it. I don't know how this is going to go. Like, I don't know what to expect from this. I did read the synopsis, so I have like a vague idea of where things are going. But the basic gist of the story so far is that Eleanor Moskowitz just quit a very like good teaching job because she has a disagreement with the way they run the school. And she thinks she's going to go try to do something completely different. By happenstance, she meets this woman who helps her out after an accident and happens to have a daughter who has just survived polio. It's set in like 1947. I thought this was set in the 50s. I don't know why I thought that. It's 1947. It's like just after the end of World War II. And she goes to this woman's house, meets the daughter. The daughter, like, immediately falls in love with Eleanor and wants her to be her new tutor. Like, the family has just fired the previous tutor because they weren't getting along, and so they need somebody new. The little girl is like, you have to hire her. She's my favorite person. So, because she's been in kind of a funk ever since recovering from polio, the mother's like, whatever, I'll do whatever you want. Just, yes. So she ends up getting hired by this family, but she has to hide her Jewishness. She has to go by a different name when she goes to their building because no Jews are allowed there. So she has to go by Eleanor Moss. And I think the story is going to ultimately be about like her reckoning with like having to hide her identity in a world to keep herself safe, to be able to have better opportunities. This is a subject that's come up a few times in here already. So I feel like that's going to be a big theme of the story, is like identity and having to kind of compartmentalize a part of yourself to be safer and to have better opportunities. Yeah. And I think there's also going to be a burgeoning friendship between Eleanor and Patricia, the two main characters. And I don't know, I'm intrigued by the story and where it's headed, and I'm interested to see what happens. But anyway, that's where I'm at right now. I'm about to go get my tea and read Anne of Green Gables. So I'll see you guys next time. Hello, it is now Thursday. I just finished filming the homeschool tidbit that I wanted to get done yesterday. It just didn't happen. Yesterday was a weird day for me. I don't know. Some days I'm able to turn the camera on and just be there and be in it, and some days I'm not. And yesterday was a not day. So today I got that filmed and that's done. And I'm hoping to get some other things done today. I don't know. This has been a wonky week, but it's fine. Everything's fine. Tonight, Robbie's going to be home, so that's exciting. So I'm excited for spring break. Next week, we're not doing school. We're just going to hang out and enjoy time together. It's going to be exciting. I'm happy. So, still reading Anne of Green Gables. That's one thing I'm hoping to tackle today, is to get through some more of this for the lip bite I'm working on, but also just I want to be at Green Gables right now. It's a happy place. I'm also hoping to finish Not Our Kind today. I would say I'm 2/3, maybe a little more than that. I want to say maybe 70% of the way through. This is what I have left up here. So I think I could totally finish this today. I want to say there's an hour left on the audiobook. So I'm hoping this gets done today. I'm really liking it. It's not exactly what I thought it was going to be, but I'm really enjoying what it is. I don't know, for some reason, I don't often enjoy stories about bad marriages, and it turns out that is a big plot element of this book. I did not know that going in, but I suppose maybe I should have expected that. I don't know why I didn't, but for whatever reason, that just didn't occur to me. So I'm a little bit disappointed that that's one of the main plot elements of the story, but it's actually not that bad. It's actually kind of working for me, which I was not expecting. So a negative turned into a positive. This is a story about Eleanor going to work for this family who is very wealthy. And they run in a socialite kind of circle, the country club and all of that, the Upper East Side, fancy pants people. And Eleanor does not roll with that type of person typically. She just left a school for the children of these people and was not happy there and ends up working with this family. But she falls in love with Margot and really wants to help their daughter. And the husband is kind of the villain of the story, if you will. he's definitely not a likable person, and he's very anti-Semitic, does not like Jews. That's a big part of the story too, is the anti-Semitism Eleanor faces in various aspects of her life. And yeah, I don't know where this is going. I'm kind of going into this very blind. Like, I knew that there was going to be some kind of like breaking point in the relationship between Eleanor and Patricia, and their friendship. Although, I don't know, I'm struggling to see it as a friendship. I think it was like touted that way. Like, this is going to be a story about her and their friendship, and like what happens from that. And maybe that's something that's going to happen towards the end of the story, but it still feels very much like an employee-employer relationship. So I'm struggling to see the friendship aspect. Although I'm thinking that the thing that was like gonna break their relationship, I think that happened. So I'm hoping now that like it starts to make sense. So I don't know. But right now I'm like, do I count this as female friendship or just a book that's pink? I don't know. I guess I'll find out when I finish it if it does count as female friendship, because I'm not seeing it as much as I thought I would. So anyway, that is where I'm at right now. It is now time for me to go find some lunch. I have a starving child in the kitchen waiting for me, so I'm going to go ahead and make some lunch, and then I'm hoping to edit my video and read Anne of Green Gables. So I'll check back in with you guys later. So it is now Friday, and I just finished Not Our Kind by Kitty Zeldis. I listened to the audiobook for this while I was reading, but also like doing other things. So like this morning when I had like to clean the kitchen, I listened to the audiobook, and then I finished it up when I was like a couple chapters from the end with the book. So I gave this 4 stars. I really liked the story, but I don't know. I didn't love it, but I liked it a lot. So 4 stars. I really liked Eleanor as a character. I found her really intriguing. The choices that she makes and whatnot were interesting. Did not love the bad marriage plot. I don't know. Wynne was just such a horrible person. Like, I could never understand why Patricia wouldn't leave him. Like, I get the whole divorce stigma and all of that, but there comes a point where you just, like, you can't anymore. And she does eventually get to that, but, like, it took so long for her to get there that I found it frustrating. I found her frustrating. Originally, I said this was going to be for female friendship, and I'm struggling with that because it does get there eventually, but literally not enough of the story is about that for me to really, should I count it for that? I don't know. I can't decide. I do think I'm going to count this as a book that is pink. There's pink on the cover. And I think I might also count this as a woman on the cover. But I don't know yet. If I'm going to go with female friendship, I'm going to think about it. I'm going to let myself sit with the story for a little bit and see if that's really where I think this was what this was about. This is more a story about these 2 women and like how they are connected through Wynne, the husband, and like how he has affected both of their lives and kind of brought them together, I think. But I don't know if I'd consider that a female friendship story. Because for most of it, it was more like employee-employer, which makes sense. So I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'm gonna sit with it. But I did finish this. So over the course of this week, I read 3 books. I finished Take My Hand by Dolen Perkins Valdez, which was not intended to be a March book. It was the February book club selection for our book club. I didn't mean to finish this in March, but I did. And so I counted it. So I counted this towards the Women in Science prompt. Then I devoured Daisy Jones and the Six. This is by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It was not even on my original TBR, but when I saw that the adaptation was out and I just like really wanted to watch that, I decided I needed to read it first. And lucky for me, this was a very quick, easy read. It's written in interview style. I flew through it in a day and a half. So I counted this towards women in art because the story is focused around Daisy Jones and her music and being in a band and writing songs and that sort of thing. And then I just finished Not Our Kind by Kitty Zeldis, which I think I'm definitely counting for pink on the cover and for a woman on the cover. I'm tentatively considering it for female friendship, but I can't decide. Like, I'm still thinking about it. But yeah, I don't know yet. But definitely for those two categories. And so that is what I completed this week. It was a pretty good reading week. I'm also part of the way through. I'm like almost, yeah, I'm about halfway through Anne of Green Gables, which isn't for the March Through History, but I might count it. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. Would you count this as historical fiction? I don't think I would, because I'm pretty sure it was written as contemporary. It looks like the original copyright was 1908. So I don't know that I would count this as historical, but it feels like it. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the vlog here so I can hopefully get this up for Monday. And I don't know, I'm not sure when I'm going to do my next March Through History vlog. It might not be this week, but probably the week after that. Thank you so much for watching. If you stuck with me throughout this whole week, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know how your March Through History is going in the comments below. I'd love to hear about what you are reading and what prompts you have gotten fulfilled thus far. And I will see you guys next time. Happy reading. Bye.